Would the class of 2021 please remain standing? Audience members and distinguished guests, please rise and remove your hats as our MCHS choir leads us in our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem as performed by the MCHS Vocal Jazz Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Randy Benware.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On behalf of the teachers, students, administration, Board of Education, and the class of 2021, we welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce and thank Dr. Kenneth Lee, Superintendent, Mr. John Troy, Assistant Superintendent, Business and General Counsel, School Board President, Mr. Mike Brozovich, Vice President, Mr. Dustin Heap, Secretary, Ms. Laura Hrechko, Board Member, Ms. Dee Cry, Board Member, Mr. James Grisetich, and Board Member, Mr. Matt Shepard. Their vision, hard work, and support are what makes all this possible. I would also like to thank our administration, office staff, teachers, and faculty members for their support. When a student graduates from Minooka Community High School, we are all responsible for their success and take pride in their accomplishments. To the students, I would like to congratulate the class of 2021 on your great accomplishment. Your persistence, dedication, and hard work have helped you achieve your goals and this milestone. This year has been a challenging year for you, your classmates, and your teachers at Minooka Community High School. During these unprecedented times, you have risen to challenge by supporting one another. I challenge you to take that same approach into the next chapter of your life with the lessons you have learned during your time at Minooka Community High School. Congratulations to you all. Today we are honored to recognize our retiring staff members. These distinguished individuals have dedicated service to Minooka Community High School. Mr. Ron Singrani, 17 years. Ms. Beth Militello, 30 years. Ms. Debbie Muehlbauer, 23 years. Ms. Pearl Phillips, 22 years. Minooka Community High School thanks all of these staff members for their devotion and service to the community and to our students and to our school. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to again introduce and invite to the podium our Superintendent of District 111, Dr. Kenneth Lee.
Class of 2021, I congratulate you on achieving this milestone in your educational career. It seems like just yesterday we were learning the famous MCHS fight song at Freshman Experience in the fall of 2017. I encourage you to take a step back and reflect on that day, as well as your entire time here at MCHS. Cherish the friendships that you've developed during your time here. Be proud of the accomplishments that you and your fellow classmates have achieved during the last 4 years. I know that your senior year did not play out the way that you may have liked, but I applaud you for the way you handled the adversity thrust at you during this pandemic. Your resiliency during the past 14 months is to be commended. I also challenge you to channel that same resiliency and attack the next chapter of your lives with great vigor. No matter what your future plans are, go after them with passion, enthusiasm, a positive attitude, and a great work ethic. Take risks, work hard, and always remember to smile. MCHS Class of 2021, I'm proud to say that I'm your superintendent, and I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, for your great words. As we heard in the singing of our national anthem, the gallant commitments of many throughout this country are what protect our bestowed freedoms that allow us to gather and celebrate here today. Although all of you are going to make our society a better place in unique ways, I would like to take the time to acknowledge our brave young men and women who have committed to serving our country through the armed forces. They are Jacob Altenhoff, United States Army; Jacob Beeler, United States Marine Corps; Cooper Bowers, United States Navy; Robert Hynek, United States Navy; Rangel Luna, United States Air Force; Ethan Matiak, United States Navy; Matthew Habeda, United States Air Force; Aiden Stellick, United States Air Force; Logan Vanderberg, United States Air Force. At this time, we would like to recognize and introduce Minooka Community High School's foreign exchange student, Fiona Rodrigo. Fiona was from Spain, and we hope you had an enriching and enjoyable experience at Minooka Community High School. We'd also like to take the time to recognize Kellen Moss as a 2021 National Merit Scholarship finalist. Kellen has been a part of the 2021 National Merit Scholarship competition. Of the approximately 1.6 million who entered the competition as juniors, Kellen has been selected as one of only 2,500 distinguished high school seniors awarded a corporate-sponsored scholarship as the result of his performance in this competition. He remains in the running for one of the National Merit College-sponsored scholarships. We congratulate Kellen on this accomplishment and his dedication to academic excellence. Salutatorian is an academic title given at Minooka Community High School to the second highest graduate of the entire graduating class. Only the valedictorian is ranked higher. This honor is traditionally based on the grade point average and number of credits taken. This title comes from the salutatorian's traditional role as the first speaker at a graduation ceremony delivering the salutation. Please help me congratulate MCHS Class of 2021 Salutatorian, Hannah Grace Marti.
When I first began writing this speech, I considered not mentioning the pandemic, an understandably difficult subject to avoid as COVID-19 has changed almost every aspect of our lives. But I decided that I would like to mention it. After all, it has impacted more than 25% of our four-year high school experience. This past year, without warning and without permission, the same words have been woven into our senior experiences: unprecedented, virtual, subject to change. While all of these terms indicate our ability to overcome the uncertainty of this past year, our collective abilities go beyond that. Yes, we can learn from home. Yes, we adapted and did not complain about what we missed out on. Yes, we were constantly adjusting to remote learning and then hybrid and then full in person. But we did more than just endure the pandemic. We are also dedicated athletes. We are active learners in class. We are employees, We are members of honor societies, band, and volunteer organizations. We not only continued to achieve, but we exceeded the high bar that was set for us, the bar that was only pushed higher by the challenges of the pandemic. While it is impressive, I think it is important to be clear that our accomplishment is not only being students during this pandemic. Our accomplishment is that we continue to perform, support, dream, learn, practice, lead, and volunteer in spite of the pandemic. However, we did not arrive to this finish line of our high school journey on our own. On behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to express deep gratitude for our teachers. Your unwavering belief in each and every one of us has certainly made an impression as we now prepare to step into a new phase of our lives and see futures that are full of potential and possibility. We have noticed and appreciated your persistent positivity that somehow remains untainted by the difficulties of teaching online, sharing screens, and navigating breakout rooms. We admire the tireless effort you put in to develop virtual versions of the usual curriculum and ensure that every student was understanding the material. And we want to thank you for creating a safe and comfortable environment for us to share and form our own perspectives while also learning others. And some personal thank yous. To my parents, who always seem to know the right thing to do and whose support for me I never question. To my sisters, Kate and Alexis, who are the first ones I call when faced with a dilemma and whose unparalleled guidance has taught me so much. To my grandparents, who I can always count on for advice and are the most caring and helpful people I know. To my friends, who believe in me and inspire me by not placing limitations on what they can accomplish. And to Zoe and Stella, whose joy and steadfast presence truly got me through the ups and downs of the past 4 years. In the future, when you reflect on your unique high school experience, I hope you will feel a sense of pride in all that you overcame during these past 4 years. And when faced with adversity, I hope you will draw strength from the knowledge that you responded to unpredictable challenges with a persevering belief in yourself, your abilities, your mentors, and your peers. Now, I'll leave you with some advice from our 44th president that speaks to our resolve that has endured the trials of high school. While we breathe, we hope. And where we are met with cynicism and doubt and those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can. I truly wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Valedictorian is an academic title conferred upon the student with the highest ranking among his or her graduating class. The term is rooted in the valedictorian's traditional role as the final speaker at the graduation ceremony. The valedictory address generally is considered the final farewell to classmates before they disperse to pursue their individual paths after graduating. This year, we are fortunate to have 2 seniors who have earned this honor. Giving the first valedictorian address for Minooka Community High School, class of 2021, please congratulate and welcome Morgan Moreno.
Good afternoon. I'm Morgan Moreno, and I'm incredibly honored to stand before you all today as the co-valedictorian of the MCHS Class of 2021. Before I begin, I'd like to take a few moments to share my gratitude for the people who have shown me the beauty of life and who have taught me to never give up on my dreams. Thank you to my dad, who has proved to me that time and space are no match for unconditional love. Thank you, Mom, for instilling in me compassion, courage, and kindness. Thank you to Chloe for being the best role model a sister could have. I love you so much, Aunt Holly, Fia, Peyton, and Grams. Poletti, Cynthia, las amo. And lastly, a special thank you to Alayna, Ava, Hannah Grace, Taya, and Abby. You've taught me bravery, shown me love, and given me pure happiness. You were the best of my 4 years at MCHS, and you'll forever be my best friends. I am who I am because of all of you. But now, enough about me. This day is about all of us. Fellow 2021 graduates, we've grown up with each other. We've discovered ourselves and our passions throughout our last 4 years at MCHS, and although our time together comes to an end today, and we may feel sadness, let's instead soak in every last lesson learned, take in every last memory made, and let us look toward the bright futures that lie ahead of us. As we take on this next chapter in our lives, I'd like to share with you all the most beautiful lesson, one that inspires me to dream big and strive to change the world for the better. I had the privilege of attending the UCLA Summer College Immersion Program last summer, and I took an introductory screenwriting class. The most important lesson I learned is one that I found applicable to every aspect of life. My professor, Nick Griffin, said, "Genius is not a characteristic a person can possess. Genius is a place. Anyone can go there. So go for a while, and you'll see that what you discover is surprising. It's incredible. Your goals, your greatest passion, your ideal life, that is your genius." We've all chosen a unique path on which to build our individual bridges to our unique genius. Many of us will head off to college. Some of us have chosen to serve our country in our armed forces. Other of us will go straight into the workforce. Whatever it is you've chosen, I encourage you not to veer away from your dreams. If you haven't quite figured out what you expect your genius to look like, that's okay. I don't think anyone truly understands the power and the magic of a place like genius. Not until you get there. So how do we get there? What tools do we need to build our bridges? How do we acquire these tools? I don't know all the answers to these questions, but what I've gathered in my 18 years of experiences are a few words of wisdom. I encourage you all to push beyond your comfort zones and interact with people of different cultures with unique perspectives and experiences. These will be the people who will widen the lens with which you view the world and lead you through the uncharted territories on your journey to genius. Surround yourself with people who will help you build a bridge to your dreams, not those who discourage you from even trying. No dream is unachievable if you have the drive and dedication necessary to turn visions into action. If you move through life with the desire to triumph, your dreams will become goals, and your goals shall become realities. Don't allow those dreams to fade away. Class of 2021, find your genius. After all, anyone can go there. And once you get there, once you've reached your dreams, once you've discovered your own genius, share it with the world. Always give back the knowledge you've learned along your journey, and never forget the people who've helped you build your bridge to genius. Although MCHS will soon be in the past, let's continue to help one another become better human beings in the future, because we are the future. I see hundreds of diverse, ambitious leaders seated here before me today, and I am confident that we are going to change the world. So please, dream big and shoot for genius. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Giving the second valedictorian address for the Minooka Community High School Class of 2021, please congratulate and welcome Valedictorian Marlo Scholtes.
First and foremost, I would like to thank all of the people that I love and the people that love me for everything that they do. On behalf of this year's graduating class, I would also like to thank everyone here tonight for loving and supporting one of the graduates that sits before you. 4 years ago, coming from a myriad of different backgrounds, we shuffled through the halls on our first day of freshman year, scared of walking into the wrong classroom and wondering how we could possibly get from the third floor to the gym in just 6 minutes. On that day, perhaps unknowingly, we started a completely new journey. Again, as we sit here today, looking toward our futures, we can see that this is the start of something new. No matter what paths we choose to take after today, where we choose to go, and who we choose to take with us, this is the start of something new. I remember thinking on that first day of high school, one day we will be the seniors. One day we will be tossing our caps at graduation, and one day we will be applying to college, enlisting in the military, or entering the workforce. Back then, senior year seemed so far away. It seemed almost impossible for one day to turn into today. But here we are, strong and united, having persevered through more than any other Minooka Community High School graduating class. Over the past 4 years, we have confronted adversity with strength and grace, something that makes me proud to stand alongside all of you today. And although we come from different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives, we have proven time and time again that we are all in this together. Over the course of the past year, many of our one-days were stolen from us. However, we were gifted one-days that no one could have predicted. For some of you, those new one-days might have been that first day back in the building after almost an entire year. For others, it could have been your first chance to compete again due to the season being canceled. For better or for worse, we have banded together and kept hopeful thoughts about the future in the forefront of our minds. Today, we find ourselves turning the page on senior year and entering a new chapter of our lives. There are so many one-days to come, and almost all of them seem incredibly far away. And while many of these unknowns are well into our futures, I know that one day soon we will read about the best environmentalists, sports agents, and musicians, teachers, electricians, and everything in between who graduated from Minooka Community High School, and there is nothing that I am more excited for. On that day, when we read about the young adults graduating right here, right now, we will feel immense pride that can't come from anything else. Unlike every other one day out there, I know that this one will happen very soon. As I prepare to leave Minooka Community High School one final time, I find myself looking back on all of the one-days that have come and gone, knowing that I am going to miss my time here. And while this journey is over, the memories we have made within these walls will never be forgotten. The friendships that have been forged and strengthened over the past 4 years will follow us into the rest of our lives, and the lessons we have learned will continue to encourage us to blossom into the best versions of ourselves. I am honored to graduate alongside each and every one of you tonight. I wish you all the best of luck in the path you choose to take, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Class of 2021, would you please stand? Dr. Lee, Mr. Brozovich, and members of the Board of Education, I hereby certify that the students standing before you today have successfully completed all of the graduation requirements as set forth by the Minooka Community High School District 111 Board of Education. I now invite Mr. Mike Brozovich, President of the Minooka Community High School District 111 Board of Education, to address the MCHS Class of 2021.
It is a pleasure to be here today, speaking on behalf of the Board of Education and to recognize the achievements of the Minooka High School Class of 2021. In the past, it was relatively easy to write a speech for this celebration. This year, however, was more difficult. 2021 has had its challenges, and I know you lost out on many opportunities that you would normally enjoy as a senior. It is unfortunate, but remember you are not alone. As difficult as it may seem, stay focused on the positive things happening in your life. We come together today as a community to celebrate and share the excitement of our graduating seniors, as well as acknowledge the faculty and staff who have been a part of your 4-year journey. I am sure at some point throughout your high school career, each of you have looked ahead and asked yourself, was what I am expecting to accomplish after I graduate a reality? Can I really compete at the collegiate level? Can I really serve in the armed forces? Can I land that job and start a career? Can I really make a difference in life? You absolutely can. Each one of you have worked hard to achieve a goal with your future and dreams in mind. For the last 4 years, you have been a part of MCHS dreaming about your lives. It is my hope for each of you that after tonight, you start living your dreams. Class of 2021, your MCHS journey has come to an end. It is now time to look forward to the next chapter in your life. We wish you the very best. Congratulations.
I now invite the MCHS Class of 2021 officers to come forward. President Lydia Reed, Vice President Kennedy Ebner, Secretary Alayna Gumabong, Treasurer Amelia Tracy, Communications Officer Laney McMillin. The class officers will now read the Class of 2021's rendition of What It Means to Be a Senior.
What does it mean to be a senior? Being a senior means realizing this is the last time we'll be with the people we grew up with. Even with all life is thrown at us, we push through the difficulty of this past year to make it to this point. It means to be a leader for our younger classmates and to show them it's okay not to have everything planned out. It means deciding on what to do next with our lives.
What does it mean to be a senior? Being a senior means waking up at the last possible moment for your first hour class and still making it to school by 7:59, and then never finding a parking spot because the juniors refuse to use the pond lot. It means referring to your teachers by last name only, and finding any reason to hang out in the library no matter what time of day it is.
What does it mean to be a senior? Being a senior means realizing you've already had your last batch of fries. It means planning your flex schedule since freshman year, then not getting anything close to what you wanted. It means accepting a 0 on an assignment because it won't destroy your grade if you don't do it. It means trying not to get into a wreck in the parking lot after school because everyone suddenly has road rage.
What does it mean to be a senior? Being a senior means having more orange and black in your closet than any other color. It means getting first dibs on seats at the football games. Being a senior means having the fight song engraved in your brain since freshman year. It means stressing out about deadlines of your next college application, turning in final assignments, counting down the days, even minutes, until graduation, and getting hit with senioritis.
What does it mean to be a senior? Being a senior means realizing 4 years can fly by in a blink of an eye. It means saying goodbye to our childhood and stepping foot into the world without the helping hands of our parents. It means being thankful to have amazing teachers and friends to help guide you along the way.
What does it mean to be a senior? Being a senior means cherishing every moment with our friends and classmates because we never know which one is going to be our last. It means the legacy for our graduating class of 2021 is the admirable strength and ability to adapt to a changing world. It means ending a chapter full of valuable memories and experiences and realizing our lives are just now beginning.
Class of 2021, please stand and join your class officers in the changing of the tassels. Please move your tassel from the right side to the left side, signifying completion of high school. Ladies and gentlemen, the MCHS Class of 2021.